guys, Cinema Sickness here with an unboxing for you. Now before we get down to what's inside the box and who it's from and everything, you're probably wondering where I am, like what's going on behind me. Well, this is the old cinematic media library. This is what it looks like without the shelves behind me and other shelves brought in and whatnot. This is all due to the fact that the library is moving. Trying to get things ready. I'm not the kind of person that lets things just sort of sit around, even though it's going to be another about 2 weeks until they finish even waterproofing the basement. I moved a lot of stuff out of here. A lot of it's being stored right now over in the other bedroom. I just have all my movies kind of piled up over there. There are still some movies in here though. I do have like one wall with the movies that didn't fit over the other room. Still a bunch of shelves in here that I just kind of pushed onto a corner. The reason for that being is because I just want to get everything ready to move. I want to get all the shelves out of here because a lot of everything in the basement has to be brought up out of the basement so they can do waterproofing. There's a lot of stuff we have stored down there. So a lot of it's being stored in the living room and family room right now, but the stuff that's going to be stored up here eventually, I would like to start bringing it up here. So I started taking everything out and putting new stuff up here. I mean, I still have some of my CDs and my laser discs are still there because they're very heavy and in very large shelves that will be going down much later. But again, this is the old library and it's not looking much like a library anymore. So that is what's going on right now. It might look like I might be filming in here for a few more weeks with nothing going on. I mean, I don't know how long this is going to take. It could take quite a while to get everything done. I mean, again, I have to have everything waterproofed. I then have to start painting painting the floor. Once I get the floor painted down in the new room, I gotta have all the shelves built. Once I get all the shelves built, I want to paint them. So this is going to take a very, very long time to get this all finished. It could be till the end of summer even until I get everything finished. It's going to take some time. So in the meantime, we'll just have to work with what we have, and I guess I'll be filming in the old library that's not looking like a library anymore. It's looking like an office / storage room, which is what it will now be. So okay, enough of that. Let's get down to the unboxing. This here is yet another box from Mike Gpro. I guess that's how he wants to pronounce his name, Gpro. You guys, I'm sure you guys know him as Silent Mike. Great guy. We've been sending. He's been sending like a lot of stuff lately. I bought some things off him. Bought some stuff off him just recently. A lot of good DVDs he sent me. That was great. Also, just recently I bought. Well, the one thing I know that's in here, I'll show you. I did buy a DVD off him, but he said he was going to send me a lot of extra goodies. And as you can see, this is a big box for one Blu-ray actually I bought off him. So for one Blu-ray, this box is quite large, meaning there's probably a lot of really good stuff in here that I have no idea that's coming to me. So I'm pretty excited about cracking this box open and seeing what's inside because, like I said, last time he sent me stuff, he said he was going to send me some goodies. I think he sent me like one extra thing. So he said this time he was really going to hook me up and send me a lot of stuff. So I'm just very excited. I think some of the things he said he was going to send me were some extra Blu-rays. So I can't wait to see what is inside here. This is going to be awesome, I'm sure. See if I can get the box open. There we go. Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is a lot more than a Blu-ray. I mean, just lots of stuff in here. Okay, well, I guess we'll start with what I actually knew I was buying off them, and that was Frankenweenie, this year being the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Bought this off them for only $8, so yes, I got this for, actually I got everything in here for like $8, so really good deal on this. I saw this movie in the theaters, absolutely loved it, big fan of the original Tim Burton short. I have both a theatrical cut on VHS and then the extended director's cut. I think I had like a couple copies of that on different copies of Night Before Christmas that I own. So I do have that. I've watched it many times. I love it. So I definitely was pretty excited when the movie came out. Saw it in the theaters. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. Loved it so much. And definitely wanted to get myself a copy on Blu-ray. And he sold me his. Very excited about that. Now on to all the other stuff. I guess we'll talk about all the Blu-rays he sent me first. First one here is My Thai Warrior. I have no idea what this is. Never heard of it. Never seen it. The Last Samurai meets Ong Bang 2. Not quite sure how they do that, but still, it sounds interesting, and it was free, so very cool. Then we have Deadball, which has, I guess it has to do something with baseball? Yeah, there's a bunch of, well, there's one guy in the front, but then a bunch of girls wearing baseball uniforms on the back and whatnot. A bunch of very attractive Asian women actually wearing baseball uniforms, so this looks like an interesting movie. Again, free, so very cool. Then we have a Miramax triple feature that comes with Existence, got Male Violent, and Bee Monkey. I've never heard of a single one of these, but for free, I will certainly check them out. They actually have, I mean, people like Jude Law and Lou Diamond Phillips. I mean, they actually have a pretty decent lineup, most of these movies, so they should be interesting. This is sweet. Chronicles of Riddick, great movie. Have it on both DVD and HD DVD, so now I have it on Blu-ray as well. Very cool. The Four. Again, no idea, never heard of it, but for free, I will certainly take it and check it out. I guess it's some sort of martial arts movie, and I love those. Spawn Director's Cut, great. Have it on DVD, so this will definitely be replacing my DVD copy. Very hyped about that. I love this movie. Super cheeseball, but very cool. Then we have Chronicles of Riddick, Pitch Black, another movie I have on both DVD and HD DVD, so very, very cool to have that now. Not suitable for children. You know, I've actually heard of this movie, but I have no idea what it is. I've only heard of it in name. I don't know anything about it, so very cool, and it's still factory sealed, so that is awesome. The Road Warrior. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's awesome. I mean, Mad Max, Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. They're all just great movies in their own sort of ways. But love this film. I already have one on DVD, so now that I have one on Blu-ray, I'll be replacing that. Very, very cool. Love that movie. And Dangerous Liaisons. Okay, this is pretty interesting. I actually saw a trailer for this on some other Blu-ray or DVD I was watching. I thought it actually looked pretty interesting. This is, I guess, the Asian version of Dangerous Liaisons. I mean, there was the one with John Malkovich in it. I own it. Haven't seen it. One of these days I'll get around to watching that. But from the trailers I saw on this one, it looked pretty interesting. And also brand new factory sealed. So very cool to have that on Blu-ray as well. Okay, now on to the VHS he sent me. He sent me a copy of those. Young Frankenstein. My all-time favorite movie ever made. Have this on a ton of different formats. Very cool. Battlefield Earth, believe it or not, a movie I don't own. I know a lot of people say this is one of the worst movies ever made. I've seen it, it's pretty bad, but I do eventually want to pick this one up on some format, either DVD or Blu-ray, so very cool to have that. And this is awesome. The Cell. Now what's awesome about this is the fact that I've only ever seen this movie in bits and pieces. I've never seen the whole thing all the way through. I've always wanted to. I've heard mixed things about it. Well, I shouldn't say mixed things. I'd say 75% bad things, 25% okay things. But I've always actually wanted to sit down and see the movie all the way through. So now that I have it on VHS, I can do that. I thought this was going to be... I was going to say all of the DVDs, but he did send me apparently a video game, a PC game. Prison Tycoon 4 Supermax. I don't really play games. I'm not much of a gamer, but still very cool. I don't know what to say. I will probably never play this, but very cool. And okay, now onto the DVDs. This is interesting. This is like I'm guessing a Japanese version of Outland. I always just immediately assume anything with like Asian rating on it is Japanese. I'm probably wrong half the time. I guess this could be from a number of different countries, but I'm just going to say a Japanese version of Outland. This is awesome. I've actually never seen this movie. I've certainly wanted to, but I've never got around to actually checking it out. I think I have it on Laserdisc if I'm not mistaken, but still haven't got around to watching it yet. So now that I have this version, I'm going to check it out. And pretty cool. It comes in an interesting case. I like it. Very, very cool. Living with Ed Season 1. I think he actually was supposed to send me Season 2. I do believe we talked about that, about him sending this to me, and I believe he mentioned Season 2, because I do already have Season 1 on DVD, so maybe he sent me the wrong one, or maybe he just messed up and he thought he had Season 2 or something like that. But still, this is a great show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. THX1138. Great movie, and I do already own it on DVD, although I don't know what version of it I have. I mean, I know I have the director's cut, but I don't know if I have this release or not. This looks to be a 2-disc release. I really don't know. I'm going to check that out and see which version I own, because if it's not this version, that's very cool. This is one I actually remember him talking about sending me. This is Paranoia 1.0. Never seen it, know nothing about it, but it actually gets pretty decent reviews online, so certainly want him to send this one to me, and I look forward to checking it out just based on the reviews alone. And we have a box set here, Fright Fest, Nightmare in a Box. This comes with, alright, this just comes with a bunch of your standard horror movies you would see on these sets. Horror Hotel, Last Man on Earth, Dementia 13, The Terror, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which is a fantastic movie, House on Haunted Hill, Night of the Living Dead, Nightmare Castle, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Nosferatu. Bonus features include trivia, biographies, bloopers, newsreels, and a movie poster. Cool, but it's all just public domain stuff, and I already have all these titles on, actually probably have these titles on a number of different releases, so it's cool. Yeah, oh jeez. U.S. Naval Carriers, Weapons of War, which is falling apart. I guess it's a documentary on U.S. Naval Carriers. Okay, cool. Then we have, alright, this is neat, Duplicity. I've never seen this movie. It's one of those movies that I'm interested in seeing. I do believe this has, yes, this, oh, he's right there. Paul Giamatti's in this movie, and as I said many, many times before, I'm a huge, huge Paul Giamatti fan. So this is one of those movies that I really never wanted to buy, but I was always interested in seeing it. It's one of those movies that I wanted to see before I picked up. There are some movies that I do prefer to see first, and this was definitely one of them, so now they have it, I can check it out. I'm very excited about that, again, especially since Paul Giamatti's in this movie. And last but not least, and this is absolutely awesome. This is the 3-disc limited collector's edition German release of The Mist, or as it says here, Der Nebel, I guess? I don't know, I don't speak German. Although, you know what I find kind of weird? This is all in German. I mean, everything looks to be in German. I'll open it up here. Pretty interesting way this opens up. Yeah, the back, everything on the back is written in German too, except for where it says 3-disc limited collector's edition. That's in English, which doesn't make any sense, because I would assume that 3-disc limited collector's edition in German would be written differently. I mean, those words aren't the same in English as they are in German, are they? I don't think. I don't know. Again, I don't speak German, but sort of weird that that's like that. So this is awesome. I mean, this all comes apart. This little strap here. You got the movie inside. Very, very cool. And if you haven't seen The Mist, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a great movie, a good Stephen King movie, and it has the all-time best ending ever to a movie. I mean, I'm gonna warn you, it's a downer of an ending. It's one of the most depressing, horrible endings ever, but in such a great way. I would put it as the #1 best ending ever to a film. I love it. This apparently, disc 1, original, I don't know, I don't speak German. Original Kinofers, you know what, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. I'm assuming that's disc 1 is the theatrical cut. Disc 2 is director's choice. See, that's the thing on here. Some stuff is written in English, some stuff's written in German. I don't understand that, unless, again, some of these words are the same in German, which I find kind of weird if that's the case. But Disc 2 is director's choice, which I'm going to assume is the black and white version, which I actually watched last Halloween. And it was really cool watching this movie in black and white. It does give the movie a whole different feeling. A lot of people were telling me that. I originally watched it in color. A lot of people said, oh, you should check that out in black and white. It has this great kind of old school creepy feeling. And it did. It gave the movie a whole different feeling. I'd actually recommend watching it in black and white over color. And then disc 3 is a bunch of extras. So probably everything that I have on the Blu-ray release that I own. But still, this set is really cool, and I'm not going to put it back together and show you because I just took it apart. But that's That's awesome to have the German 3-disc collector's edition. Very cool. It's also limited. I have number 5,825. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there were 1,500 of these put out. I think that's all that were released of these. So to have one of them is very cool. So again, Mike, thank you so much for sending me all these, all these movies over here. Thank you very, very much. That was really cool of you. Especially since the only thing that, I really bought off you was Frankenweenie. All the rest of this here, you sent me for free, and a lot of this were Blu-rays, and that is just so, so awesome of you. I cannot thank you enough, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking some of these out. I really can't wait. So, Mike, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Just super cool of you. So, that's it, guys. That was today's unboxing, and so thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. See ya. Come on, you're fucking kidding me.